Magda is dead. She claimed the Imperial Guard serves Belial, and that it has captured Leah.
Then they must be holding the Emperor against his will. I tremble to think what Belial might do with Leah and her growing power. The only chance we have to rescue Leah is to wrest the Emperor from the grasp of the Imperial Guard.
A shearer of the Iron Wolves can get us to the Emperor. I will speak with her. How did your fall raise the dead? You were an angel.
Not just any angel. I was the Archangel of Justice. My fall awoke the vengeful dead who were slain unjustly during Diablo's reign of terror. There was nothing I could do. As my power left my body, I had absolutely no control over it. Caldeum is the greatest city in the world, the seat of the Empire of Kyrgyzstan.
It's large, I'll give it that.
Its libraries overflow with undeciphered tomes of arcane knowledge. Its streets cover labyrinthine tunnels. It is a city of wonder and mystery. I do not know how these refugees persevere. Their situation is dire, and it seems there is little hope for them. Where do they find the strength to carry on?
They carry on because they must. The only way out of life is death.
I have much to learn. I feel Belial in the very air. I see his shadow behind haunted eyes. Hear his voice whispering lies on the wind. He need not bring an army to this city. It is his already.
Hey, mister, I got some new things. You should take a look.
Why didn't you become a guard like your brother?
We're not much alike, really. He was always dependable and practical. A complete bore, I'd say.
And you were drawn to trouble?
Hardly. I was just amusing myself with the Thieves' Guild. It was nothing serious.
You were on opposite sides of the law.
That may have been serious.
Has everything the Prophet foretold come true?
Well, I did not expect you to keep company with a seraph.
Tyrael?
I knew what he was the instant I beheld him, but being in his presence makes me quite nervous.
Why is that? He is only here to aid us.
We do not deserve it. Tyrael sacrificed all he knew to aid us. I hope it is worthwhile.
I have considered what we discussed, and you are correct. I know little about my past, beyond what my order has told me. But what does it matter? Look what they have done for me. They've turned me into a living weapon, a light against darkness.
Do you believe that?
What do you want from me, Crusader? The memories were taken from me. It's done.
No one can take your memories. They can only hide them.
You may be right. I will find a way to take back my memories and exonerate my order. I have thought of a way to retrieve my lost memories, but it is dangerous. I must ask you to promise me something. Should I lapse into my old sins, whatever they may be, you must kill me, as I killed Jondar.
You have my word. What is your plan?
I found a journal on Jondar's corpse, written in an ancient Templar cipher. I can translate it, but it will take some time. Perhaps studying his treachery will give me a clue into my past.
This worries you.
Jondar was once a man of faith, devoted to the Templar Order. What if he discovered something that made him betray himself? Matters not, for I must do this anyway. I have translated a strange passage from Jondar's journal. Long before he began serving Magda, he found a set of what he called key words hidden in a dusty librum. He writes that when he read these words, Memories from his past returned to torment him. It was at that point that he began to mistrust the Order, though he did not say why. I am prepared to look upon these words and risk my soul. But I want you to understand something. I know I may die at any time. When I do, it must be without a single doubt that I am serving the light.
A belief unchallenged is only an idea. You were ready for this.
Thank you, my friend. But please, remember your promise.
How did you meet your wife?
It's actually quite a tale. We met in a town not far from here on the outskirts of Curast. She was... well, you're not going to believe it. She was locked in a cage.
She was a criminal?
No. They were going to burn her as a witch.
Well, at least she wasn't a criminal.
Let's talk about this another time.
Do you see that armor? No wonder he destroyed those cultists in our guns so easily. These are no random demons summoned.
From the sculpted sky roads leading to the Imperial Palace, one can see all of breathtaking Chaldeum below.
Breathtaking. Before the gates closed, I saw 3 rats and a starving child fighting over half an apple.
It pleases you to exaggerate, I'm sure.
No, it pleases me to pass out drunk in the shade. But here we are.
The Trade Consortium Council has always been the ruling body of Chaldeum, but it gained additional strength after the fall of the Vigerai. The councilmen saw opportunity in the rapidly growing Zakarum faith, and they allowed the fanatics to build their enormous cathedral, Saldenkal, within the center of the city. Not content to reign supreme in commerce and religion, the Trade Consortium Council aspired to make Chaldeum a nexus of learning as well. It proposed to unite the mage academies in a massive new structure, the Ashari Sanctum, which has remained a beacon of knowledge and advancement ever since.
My little Hakan has become so cruel, so paranoid in the last few weeks. I hear that he has ordered all of his staff to leave the city, or he will have them thrown from the walls. He cannot possibly mean me. I have cared for him since he was an infant.
Prices may be high, but the quality is worth every coin.
Captain Ravan.
Ashira, the Emperor and my friend are in grave danger. I must gain entry into the palace.
I heard what you did at Qasim Outpost in Alcanis. You have my thanks, and you shall have my help. Captain Ravan, this man has vital information regarding the massacre in the Borderlands. We must see the Emperor at once.
Very well, but I don't think you'll find him receptive.
Let them pass.
I am Lady Neferez. Let me back into the city this instant.
Let's go. I'll lead you to the palace.
You are bold to have sought this audience with me. My guards tell me you were responsible for the massacre of innocent villagers in Alcarnus.
But you know that's not true, don't you?
If you are innocent, then why do you have spies skulking through my sewers? Bring her in!
Let me go!
I detest violence. Guards, I leave this matter in your hands.
I knew you'd come for me.
Let us be quick.
Get out of here. I will cover your escape.
Thank you. Now we need to get to the sewers. I'll explain why when we get there. From here. This leads to the sewers. I found my mother Adria. She's alive, but the Imperial Guard is holding her somewhere down here.
We will find her.
So Magic is telling the truth. Somehow I knew my mother was alive. Or at least knew it.
Good news, I hope. Just remember that your mother may not be the person you imagine.
Electric eels are insidious pests that have taken root in the oases surrounding Chaldean. Known for their stinging strikes, these creatures are particularly dangerous when they attack in large numbers. It is said that raw eel has become a delicacy among Chaldean's elite, but I assure you these rumors are baseless. The deserts of Kyrgyzstan are majestic, expansive, and full of stinging swarms of insects. They may seem a minor nuisance, but these vermin carry numerous strains of pestilence. One of them was trapped in my boot once, and my foot swelled up to the size of a melon before the infection cleared. What horrible creatures!
My exemplary servants. Keep the witch alive until she talks. Pain will loose her tongue, but only to a point. Remember what happened with the Vizier's assistant? It was a pleasurable time, I admit. But the man had only incoherent babble and bloody strands of pus spilling from his lips.
Adria should be up here.
This is the first time a girl's ever asked me to meet her mother.
Tell us about the Black Soul Stone! We know of the three that the Horadrim used to trap the Primevals. What is the purpose of this one?
Your master Belial has good reason to fear it.
Leave her alone!
Seize them!
Leah, my daughter.
You know who I am?
My darling, I've watched over you all your life, but I never dared get close because of the danger that always shadows me.
It is not safe here. Let's move.
I got some new...
I've been told you were there for the destruction of Mount Ariat.
Baal, the Lord of Destruction, sought to enslave mankind to the power of hell by corrupting the sacred World Stone. Unthinkable though it was, I was forced to destroy it.
And half the countryside with it.
Understand, friend, that entire worlds burned as heaven and hell fought over the World Stone. Ariat's destruction was regrettable. And, believe me, I paid a high cost as well.
You seem to have survived the World Stone's destruction.
The resultant explosion dispersed the light and harmony of my angelic being. Without form or shape, I restored myself within the realm of pandemonium. It took me 20 of your years, but finally, I returned home to the high heavens.
Were your brothers in arms glad for your return?
Hardly. Believing my actions had endangered creation, the Angiras Council put me, the Archangel of Justice, on trial. I knew then that heaven was doomed, unless I could enlist the aid of mankind against the coming onslaught of hell.
After all this time, my mother is alive. I couldn't be happier, and yet it's still hard to accept that she never sent word to me or Uncle Deckard. She said that she wanted to keep me safe, but I just wish I'd known. Well, at least I have her now.
You're distracted.
It is merely the consequence of seeing that which is not readily visible. I have accepted it.
I understand, but we're in unforgiving circumstances, and I'd hate to see you die.
You are right. I must pay attention. Yet, I feel as though part of me still sleeps in a faraway realm.
You have been through a lot. It will fade in time.
That would be nice, but the feeling I have indicates that it is more unpleasant and complicated than that.
I'm surprised Cain never told you why I left. He knew I was called to fight the Lords of Hell, and I knew he would keep you safe.
He's gone now.
Then it's fate that we have been reunited. Cain's work, your work, is my war.
According to the Heraldric texts, only 2 evils remain. Belial is here in Chaldeum, and Azmodan has yet to reveal himself.
Do you regret abandoning Leah?
What? No, I never saw it that way. She grew up in safety, while I risked my life to find the key to our salvation. It was the sacrifice that I had to make. In any case, Leah will meet her full potential under my guidance. Do you not have things to do?
How well did you know Cain?
For a time, during the darkening of Tristram, we spent many nights in the Tavern of the Rising Sun, discussing his Heraldric texts and the varied arcana I'd collected during my travels.
Did you ever see him again?
Only from afar. From time to time, our paths would cross, and I would catch glimpses of Leah as she grew. It broke my heart that I could not reveal myself and raise her as my own.
How did you come to be captured?
I was trying to steal out of the city. I'd returned to gather some things before setting out to recover Zoltan Kuhl's head, and the guards found me.
The guards were asking you about this Black Soul Stone. I remember reading about it in Uncle's journal, but it didn't seem important.
No, but it is. It is the key to defeating evil forever. It was created by the mage Zoltan Kuhl to trap demonic souls.
Yes, he was a renegade Haradrim, dismembered by his brethren before he could activate the Soul Stone. His head was sealed away in the Dulgar Oasis.
We must retrieve it, because if we're to use the Soul Stone to defeat Belial and Azmodan, Zoltan Kuhl must live again.
We rescued Leah's mother, Adria. She told us about the Black Soul Stone, an artifact that could banish evil forever. I must find it.
Murderer, torturer, monster. These were the titles bestowed upon Zoltan Kuhl by the Haradrim. Though it cost them dearly, they killed the wizard for his crimes against nature and sealed his broken corpse within a shadow realm. It seems they were afraid he might return.
300 years ago, I selected Kul and 6 others to form the Horadrim. He was a great man who was driven mad by his long quest to hunt evil.
Why did the Horadrim kill Zoltan Kul?
He delved into powers not meant for man, trying to fashion an artifact that could fill his empty heart with the souls of angels and demons. The Horadrim had no choice but to slay him. The Order never recovered.
I don't like dealing with Cole any better than you do, but I see no other way. If Adria says we must, then we must. Uncle Deckard trusted her, and so will I.
Zoltan Kul, a legend. There is no doubt in my mind he is as powerful as the stories say. But for every bit of his genius, he was surely mad. He was obsessed with immortality and power.
A madman. We would do better to leave him asleep in the desert than to call on him for aid.
You have a better idea.
I do not. It is merely a warning.
Zoltan Kul is an unknown. Involving him is risky.
You take risks every day, Crusader, and one dismembered wizard is nothing compared to Belial and Azmodan.
I take it your wife was not burned at the stake for witchcraft.
I broke her out in the middle of the night and we escaped. They didn't chase us far. I guess they were glad to see her go.
You risked your life for someone you didn't even know. There's not many would do that.
She wasn't a witch. She was a mystic. Though we didn't find that out for a time. Not until we started traveling with the Vetchin wagon train. But that's a story for another time.
A week ago, I was deafened by the voices. Council members argued in the corridors outside my chambers. Guards chanted on their patrols and scribes murmured incessantly. Out here, there is only the wind.
When I joined you... Ugh, what a stench. It's not you, is it? It's certainly not me.
Diablo was the youngest of the prime evils, but I found him the most dangerous, for his power over Terra left.
Listen to me. I cannot talk for long. Belial's guards are constantly watching me.
Emperor Hakan?
Forgive me for my behavior at court. The gods would have killed me had I sided with you. But I will help you now as I can. You must be headed to the Oasis. I can open this gate for you.
How did all this happen?
There's little I...
How could you aid me?
You're here to kill Belial, aren't you? I can help.
Perhaps in a few years.
I can still fight in my own way. I want my empire back. And deliver him to you.
I'm not sure I trust you, after you set your guards on us.
I told you it was not my choice. My every move is controlled, and I'm surrounded by enemies. But I swear to you, I will help you. I will prove it to you.
An enemy over there. We are in for a fight.
Had enough. I require more wrath.
Yes.
I got some new things. You should take a look.
Suits me. Not so bad out here, is it? To focus on the dangerous foes one may encounter on the ground. But the Bloodhawks rule the skies with terrible ferocity. These crimson-winged birds will wait until their prey is at a disadvantage, then swoop down to it. Watch for their shadows on the nearby terrain, and be prepared to flee quickly. To those who doubt my achievements in research, I present my findings on the Dune Dervish. It took me many years to find the truth of these strange, deadly figures. But my sources indicate that they are the cursed remains of mages who summoned a demon far beyond their power to control.
Please, help! The Imperial Guards are in my home. You can't let them find what's in the back room.
The refugees will make fine slaves, and you will make a fine corpse.
You have done something truly noble, warrior. Let me show you why this room is so important. The Imperial Guards were trying to take these refugees. I did not know what to do.
Innocents hiding in the shadows. I've seen this before.
I am not the warrior my father was. Take whatever you want from his chests. Thank you. I thought I was a dead man. I took up garbage from the aqueduct so it doesn't ruin our water supply. It doesn't pay well, but I find plenty to sell.
I must flee! To get out of here!
Mind if I take a short nap under that fern there? Never mind. There appears to be a pile of demon spore under it.
had the head of a deranged sorcerer, I'd hide it here.
Oh, right, yes, that's all we need around here. More empty skulls.
Finally! This is interesting!
Hey, mister, I got some new things. You should take a look.
A gift for me? Nice choice.
I can't. I wouldn't use that.
This is difficult. Everything was...
knew a woman from this oasis once.
What was she like?
Very good at quenching my thirst.
Well, they've really let the...
We are in agreement. The renegade must be stopped. He seeks to duplicate the power of the storms and wield it for his own ends. He is obsessed with the powers of heaven and hell. Drawing their attention will only bring doom to us all.
Bravo!
Like chaff before the wind.
Not all dangerous demons are large and imposing. The dust imps are little more than children in size, but they possess the cunning and bloodlust of far larger creatures. They take cover in the shadows, emerging only when viable prey wanders too close. Then they ambush, leaving little more than bones behind them.
Crusade marches on! Bad luck for you, friend! Marches on.
Andariel was the only female evil. She aided the lesser evils for many years, but eventually she lost faith in their plots. 2 decades ago, she chose to help Diablo during his resurgence and seize the citadel of the Sightless Eye. Ultimately, she perished at the hands of brave heroes.
The crusade marches on! Not yet.
Set out in 1 week's time into the desolate sands to search for Kul's hidden archives. None of us have any idea what to expect. How far has Kul's madness driven him? How much power has he accumulated in his mad quest? I can only hope we are not too late.
Ah, good.
I'll take that off your hands. There's a crown on that head by chance?
No.
A nice, shiny amulet, then?
No.
Oh, come on, an earring?
Stop it.
Overwhelm the enemy and seize his companions. There is a witch among them, and another, a girl. Bring them to me along with the Black Soul Stone. They will be searching for the head of Zoltan Kuhl. Scour the Oasis front. Some old sorcery lingers on the skull, and it must be mine.
Fools of the Trade Consortium are
This cannot be
that
opened
they
yet.
siphon the public funds from their coffers. I will continue to hide my plunder here, where none can find it. One day soon, I will claim my treasure and flee this desert hell for the greener pastures of the West.
The light.
I'll take that.
shadows of ruin.
You will not enter the aqueduct, Lord!
Centuries ago, a much smaller Chaldeum depended upon small wells for its water. Then came the mysterious Dalgur, offering Chaldeum an oasis of unparalleled splendor, located in an area previously thought to be desert, asking only that his name be permanently affixed to the land. Then he vanished into the wastes.
Hey, mister, I got some new things. You should take a look.
Are there any men who follow the Prophet?
There are not.
If you keep holding back, then you'll never improve. Leah, are you all right?
Yes, I think so.
I'm sorry to push you like this, but it will all be for the best in the end.
I know.
It is time. Leah, cast the spell as I taught you.
I live again.
Zoltan Kuhl. We need you to activate the Black Soul Stone. We would use it to trap the last two Lords of Hell.
I know your voice, stranger. It has haunted me in death, just as it commanded me in life. Tyrael.
I am, but now mortal.
Fate is whimsical.